Hi, welcome to day 4 of our IELTS Speaking Bootcamp. Again, I want to remind you, if you're watching this from my YouTube channel, please click on the description, register for free so you can have access to all the materials, PDF and audio files. So let's see what question we want to have for today. Today's question is, describe a time when you taught a friend or relative something. So basically is about a time you taught a friend something. So you have to say who the person is here, what you taught, how the result was, and explain how you felt about it. Let's start. As usual, I always suggest to start with an introduction. In your introduction, if you remember, I suggested you to use present perfect or past perfect. So let's see, how do we do it today? Just one sec. I'm just going to put it here. I'm just going to read the first paragraph for you. Well, a few years ago, one of my close friends had expressed a desire to lose weight and get fit and has asked for my help. She had been struggling with her weight for a while and was finding it difficult to stick to a routine that worked out for her. So I decided to help her by creating a fitness plan that would fit into her daily schedule. Before we answer this question, I want to tell you something. Remember, choose an area that you can talk about it. So I chose fitness because I have some vocabulary, some words that I can talk about fitness. There are a number of words that I can use here to talk about it. If you really taught someone something, but you cannot explain it well, please do not choose that. That's not a good choice. So let's start with the first paragraph. As usual, I use the idea from that book. Whatever you think the opposite. What does that mean? I'm going to explain it to you here. So let me highlight some phrases for you. Yeah, that's a good one. So one of my close friends had expressed a desire to lose weight and get fit. The first point, please use past perfect. Had expressed a desire to lose weight and get fit. Do not forget to say a few years ago. A few years ago, one of my close friends had expressed a desire to lose weight and get fit and had asked me and had asked for my help. So had expressed and had asked for my help. So the next point, you have to say she had been struggling with. Past perfect continuous. Had been struggling with something. Do not forget the preposition is with. So with her weight for a while. You can talk about a time you helped someone with her or his English. So she had been struggling with her, for example, English test, and always explain it, and was finding it difficult to stick to a routine. The good structure is find it difficult to do something. And what is that? Stick to a routine that worked for her. So I decided to help her by creating a fitness plan that would fit into her daily schedule. So let's just start here. Fit into a daily schedule. You need to remember 3 points. Point number 1, had expressed a desire. That's the first thing you have to remember. Point number 2, had been struggling with. So she had been struggling with her weight loss or weight. It's better to say weight, not weight loss, weight for a while. And then you decided to help her by creating a fitness plan. And the third one is by creating a fitness plan. These are the 3 concepts you have to remember to start your introduction. As usual, I'm going to give you 1 minute to 30 seconds to 1 minute to get ready for this part. Then we continue. Take your time, try to recite this, try to say it. I'm going to set the timer for 30 seconds. Oh, go 30 seconds. Okay, time is over. Let's move to the first part. What you taught her. So pay attention. I divide it into two parts. I'm going to start with first, then also. So let's see what we have to say here. Just one sec. I told you I'm going to use the whatever you think the opposite technique. What is that basically? So look at here. First, we would work on her diet. And I suggested her a balanced meal. So I'm going to extend this more. However, before I'm going to extend it more, I want you to pay attention. What is quite the opposite of this one? A balanced meal is a junk food. Okay. Or processed food. These are really not good choices. In this way, you're going to get a higher score with your vocabulary or lexical. So let's see, how can we do that? First, we would work on her diet, and I suggested a balanced meal plan. What I want you to do is always remember what are the key phrases that you need to remember. It's different from people to people. I'm going to tell you the truth. So it's not always the same for all people. Look at here. We worked on her diet. So this is what I need to remember on her diet. And I suggested a balanced meal plan. So that's it. Moving here, that would give her the necessary nutrients while keeping the calorie intake in check. So keeping the calorie intake in check. That's a really good structure. So immediately, I'm going to use a transition word also. So, and I remember, I have to say quite the opposite. I suggested her to do this. So who I suggested her to avoid this. It's really easy to remember. I suggested her to do this, this, and this. I also suggested her to avoid this, this, and this. So I advised her to avoid processed and junk food and replace them with healthier alternatives. Then we can give examples of what are the alternative choices like fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. I think this part is easy to remember. We have two choices like balanced meal, junk food. For the balanced meal, you're going to say nutrients, calorie intake in check. For the junk food, you're going to say avoid processed food and junk food and replace them with healthier alternatives such as fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. Again, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to 1 minute to get ready and say this paragraph to you for yourself. Take your time. All right. So, moving to the next part, this is not actually the part that I'm going to talk about the result. I'm still going to talk about the what you taught. So let's see. Always use transition words like first, next, after that, furthermore, not just that. Okay. So I just used next here. Next, we started exercising together. We began. So always remember when you bring a concept, develop the concept. And always start with a general concept like exercise, then narrow it down to what type of exercise. Was it a cardio exercise? Was it lift weighting? Was it, for example, cycling? What was it? So I started with exercising together. Then I said we began with some simple cardio and strength training. Yeah, that were easy to do at home. I'm going to explain it. I'm going to say, as my friend progressed, we increased the intensity and duration of the workout. The reason I chose these two words is just to get a higher vocabulary score or lexical score, intensity and duration. And the structure as is a really good structure. As my friend progressed, we increased the intensity and duration of the workout. Moving to the next part, we also always use transition word to show you are bringing a new idea. We also included some fun activities such as dance and swimming. It's better to say such as dancing and swimming, sorry. Dancing here, just remember. To keep the routine interesting and engaging. So I'm just going to explain why we included these two activities to keep the routine interesting and engaging. So in the next level that I will teach you by the end of this video is how you can use some advanced phrases, advanced vocabulary to get a higher score rather than interesting and engaging. But I think that's enough for band 6.5 or 6 to get a really good score here. Yeah, let's have a 1 minute break for this part as well. I mean, 30 seconds and try to say it out loud. Your 30 seconds started. Oh, perfect. So the last part, explain how you felt about the experience and how was the result. So finally, to keep her motivated, I encourage her to track her progress regularly. I highly recommend you to use this structure to track her progress regularly. It's a really good structure. We noted down, explain, always explain. How did you track her progress? So we noted down her weight, body measurement, and how she felt after each workout. That's a really good explanation. Seeing the positive changes in her body and health, my friend become more motivated. So right now we are talking about her feeling. I know the question asks you, how did you feel about it? But what I recommend is first talk about her feeling, then you can talk about your own feeling. It's gonna give you a chance to talk a little bit more and maintain your fluency. So seeing the positive changes in her body and her health, my friend became more motivated to stick to the routine and make healthy choices. So Wait. My friends become more to stick to the routine and make healthy choices. Yes, become more motivated to stick to the routine. Sorry for that. And finally, talk about your own feeling. In conclusion, helping my friend lose weight and get fit was a rewarding experience for me. As simple as that. It not only helped her achieve her health goals, but also it strengthened our friendship. So that's it. That's a pretty solid sample for this question. I highly recommend you to practice it over and over. Again, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to get ready for the final part. And then we move to the more advanced structures. Oh, time is over. So let's move on to the more advanced level. I'm going to go here and let's see how we can present a better answer. Let's just start with the first paragraph. An instance where I had a significant impact on someone's health and well-being was when a close friend of mine expressed her desire to lose weight and get fit. She had been grappling with a weight issue for quite some time and was struggling to find an exercise routine that worked for her. If you pay attention, the content is almost the same. We just changed some phrases like where I had significant impact on someone's health. That's a good phrase. I'm just going to use this one. The other one is well-being. She had been grappling with. So grappling with means struggling with weight loss. We also use struggling with. It's the same. Moving to the next paragraph. I took it upon myself to devise a customized fitness plan for her that would fit seamlessly into her daily routine. We began by revamping her diet, and I recommended a balanced meal plan that provided her with all the necessary nutrients while keeping the calorie intake in check. I also recommended that she eliminate processed and junk food from her diet and opt for healthier alternatives such as fresh fruits and vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grain. Uh, if you pay attention, the first idiomatic phrase here, I took it upon myself too. That's a really good idiomatic phrase you can use. Instead of saying create, we said devise. This is a really good structure, customized fitness plan, fit seamlessly into her daily routine. So 3 or 4 practical phrases in the first line. We began by revamping her diet, really good structure. And I recommended a balanced meal plan that provided her with all the necessary nutrients while keeping the calorie intake in check. I also recommended that she eliminate, if you remember the previous sample, we just said avoid. Here we said eliminate. So eliminate processed and junk food from her diet. And opt for means choose. And choose or opt for healthier alternatives. Alternatives is a word I highly recommend you use both in your writing and speaking. Once we had worked out a dietary plan, we began exercising together. We started with simple cardio and strength training exercise that could easily be done at home. Really simple, but I just want you to use this preposition at home. As she progressed, we gradually increased the intensity and duration of the workouts to keep her engaged and motivated. We added some fun activities to the routine, such as dance and swimming. I myself say dancing and swimming, it's the same. To ensure that she remained, please use this structure to ensure that she remained motivated and on track. I encourage her to keep track of her progress regularly. We kept a record of her weight. We already had this structure, body measurement, and how she felt after each workout. This helped her stay motivated and see the positive changes in her body and health, which in turn, really good structure here, which in turn encourage her to continue working towards her health goals, working towards something. Overall, I found this experience to be extremely fulfilling, really good structure. Not only was I able to help my friend achieve her fitness goals, but I was also able to strengthen our friendship. Watching her progress and seeing the positive changes in her health and overall well-being was truly rewarding. And I was glad to be a part of her journey towards a healthier life. All right, I hope you enjoyed this sample too. I want to remind you that if you check my website, you have lots of online quizzes for these phrases that we just covered together. And also you can find the PDF, the Word files there. It's for free. You just have to register and get the file. Yeah, I think that's about it. There's nothing more that I want to add here. Have a lovely day. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow.